later, fighting fiercely. That's where I came with the name Fighting Fiercely, because it was a fight. I had to fight against doctors who didn't know what they were talking about, who wanted to give me outdated and antiquated procedures, doctors who wanted to force hysterectomy on me, doctors who wanted to force drugs on me that I wasn't comfortable taking. I had to fight against people who didn't understand what was happening to me, who thought that I was faking, that I was just being lazy, that I just wanted attention. I was fighting against my parents, not in a battle, but because they didn't understand. They wanted to help, but they didn't know how, because they didn't know what was going on with me. You know, they didn't have the information. I had to fight against myself, you know, being sad, being depressed, trying to commit suicide, not being able to go to work, fighting against our jobs. We're losing jobs because we're missing so many days of work, and they don't understand why. It's just your period. Everybody has a period. Get over it, come to work. It's not that simple. You know, we're fighting against health insurance companies and the medical industries who do not cover our procedures. When I had my surgery, I had just left, as Craig was saying, we had just quit our jobs, and I just became an entrepreneur. I just started my massage therapist. I didn't have any health insurance. My bill went well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I had no way to pay for that. Women are fighting, making decisions between food and treatment, because insurance doesn't cover the drugs, and those drugs can go well into the couple of hundreds of dollars every month. So we're fighting. So that's where we came fighting. Yeah. We had to fight, and fiercely came in because and my word people, word words. We got a poet and half everybody knows words. If you look up the word fiercely, it talks about pursuing something with dogged determination, with aggression, and you have to be very ferocious with it, and that is what I had to do. I literally had to fight against doctors to say, no, I don't want that treatment. I don't want that, you know. So we're fighting fiercely, and that's where that came from. And so for 5 years, I've been fighting fiercely with myself, with the Endometriosis Association, with other professionals each year from the medical community. And I didn't know what I was doing. I just reached out to people and said, hey, can you come and educate people and talk about this? And people were on board, and, you know, they've been supportive all over the years. And in addition to fighting aggressively, fiercely, the second part to that fiercely, some of you, you know, I tell you guys, you know how much I love watching RuPaul's Drag Race, right? And you know how when the models, when they rock the runway, they're like, yes, you're fierce, you're doing it. And I put that connotation in there too, because I wanted to let women know you can be fierce, you can still be feminine, you can still have this disease. You're not robbed of your womanhood. You're not incomplete. You're not broken. You are still fine, you are still fabulous, and you are still fierce. And that is why we are here today. So I thank you guys for coming. We have an incredible lineup of panelists. Craig is going to navigate through the panelists where he and I will be co-hosting. So sit back, relax. I hope that you guys are ready to be educated, enlightened, and empowered. Normally, I would say turn your phones off, but just put them on vibrate, because what I want you to do, I want this to be an interactive thing. As you guys go through the presentations today, if you have an aha moment, if you learn something that you didn't know, tag it, post it, tweet it, Instagram, and I want you guys to use the hashtag Fighting Fiercely, okay? Those people you know, people who wanted to make it and couldn't make it, bring them into the seminar virtually, right? Put that information out there and use the hashtag Fighting Fiercely, okay? Just a quick point before we get to it. We have some time built in for our panelists to do a little Q&A, but if there's something personal, something you don't feel like asking in the public forum, we have set aside some time at the end of the program for kind of breakout sessions so that you guys can ask questions one-on-one. And all of you guys that came in should have got your little gift boxes there. If you look in the gift boxes, everybody has a complimentary raffle ticket. We're going to be doing some raffles throughout the duration of the program.